Hi friends, how is everybody? Hope you're all well. So I'm fresh back from Moss Vale and I thought I'd do a little bit of a haul, kind of show what I found and what I made type of video. So a little pile of things here. This is a sarong. It's quite thin, but I really quite liked the colours. So that's a nice bit of material I'm going to use for something. Not sure yet. Can't remember if I showed this skirt or not. I've started to pull it apart, but it just had these great patterns on it. $5 at the op shop for a whole skirt. So all of these bits are just really interesting, I think. So I'll show you after what I've started to make out of some of that. This lovely cushion cover, or I think it's actually, there's no opening to put a cushion in, so I think it's actually like a table placemat type of thing. But I think I'm going to enjoy cutting out some of these and putting them onto something. Who knows? Have yet to see what a lot of projects are going to come out after this trip. This was a dress that I really liked. I went to, I think it was called Father Chris Riley's in Bowral. Hello Kate, it's probably one of your favourite little haunts. So I tried it on and it wasn't really the fit I liked, but I do love the material. It's really a soft, beautiful soft cotton, and it's a nice red. I think I'm going to use the material for these beautiful flowers. Shame it wasn't a good fit, but doesn't matter. Now I can't remember. I think this might have been in that shop too. There is a little bit of a hole, but for $5 for a whole lacy tablecloth. It's aside from this, it's mainly usable, and I'm actually thinking. Let me get my hand under. I can probably do a little stitch here and here and pull that back together just to get a bit of use out of it, because I'm actually finding it quite beautiful with a nice colour underneath. I really actually like putting these tablecloths down and having something, you know, colourful underneath. So maybe this is the Christmas look. We'll see. Anyway, that was $5, so that was really good. I actually got quite a lot of doilies at that shop that day, but you've seen doilies before, but it was a good deal. What else? What's next? Oh, okay, so this bag. So I don't think I've seen the round cane handle like that. Now this bag's nice and sturdy. It's strong and solid. If you can see, it's a little bit ripped here, like it's been overfilled, or, you know, too heavy, or something's laying on it or something like that. It was a lady. I said, oh, that's a bit broken here. So she gave it to me for $3. And I think I'd like to, because this will come across here, so it holds it together. But I think I'd like to cover the outside and take the handles off and cover the outside, because I think it's a really good solid base. That was a bargain. I loved that. That was a really good find. Got this little basket. Well loved. This was a Facebook Marketplace find. So it's got some fairly new crewel needles, and it's got an assorted needles. What I found was really cute was this little, like, it's like a little Italian type of needle book. Isn't that gorgeous? It's plastic with the bits of Christmassy things on the inside. Isn't that cute? And some needles. So a variety, very tiny ones. And there's also some needles up here. This interesting pin. I don't think I've seen one of those before. couple of beautiful pearl ones. And some threads. Just normal cottons, nothing spectacular. But aside from this part being fairly, let me tip it back, fairly well pinned, you know, it's been well used. It's in pretty good condition. I was hoping this might be a material, but it's not, it's plasticky, but I love the colour. Some like nail scissors, which have got a funny little, it's like a funny circular kind of end. I like those scissors to me. A few more needles. And this is cute, and I'm going to see if I could take that on a plane, because look, it's a pair of scissors, and I tried it. They seem to cut fairly well on paper mainly, but they just fold like that and then they tuck back in like that. Isn't that cute? The base is, you know, it's a little bit worn, but it's clean and it's not too damaged. So good little find. These are still pretty good. And I didn't have one like this with the weaving. So that's not too bad. Not sure if I'll hang on to it. I might sell it. So the other thing, I was having fun. There's a shop up there called Barbara's, which is just wonderful. You know, it just had all amazing Christmas stuff and these sorts of things, which are like for your, you know, for your cheese platter. But look what's in mine. Woohoo! I loved these. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? And I got a few of them. They're like massive seed pods, and I don't know what they're from, but I thought they'd look really nice sprayed gold and put on the table for Christmas. And in fact, when I showed my Melbourne friend Karen, there's now 3 Karens, so it's a bit confusing, she was suggesting they're great little bowls for pins or threads or something like that. And I thought, well, that's a great idea. Why not? So beautiful. I got a whole handful of these spools because I want to do a class this year. And my friend Annika gave me this one as a present. She had quite a few of them, but what a lovely, lovely present. Thank you, Annika. I missed you already. Miss all the ladies up there. So I did have quite a special time, I have to say. The friendships, the nurturing, the support, all wonderful, just wonderful. So where I was staying, these beautiful seed pods had fallen to the ground and cracked open. But one day I noticed I was hearing this funny cracking noise, really loud, crack, 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 as well as a funny sort of a bird sound. And so I went outside, and I'll put a bit of footage here because they were the black cockatoos. They're like a dark, dark grey black, and they've got a bit of yellow on them. And they were just sitting in this tree after it rained, cracking them open and eating the little seeds inside and making this funny noise that I can only assume is their happy place noise, something like that. So I'm going to put some footage here. And aren't they gorgeous? So another gift I got was from Annika. Now this Saturday there'll be, I might change it. This video might be on the Saturday, and then this Saturday's I might bring forward. But this book was from Annika, a gift, and Annika loves to go to the antique markets. So I don't know, I might have already talked about that and shown this book in the other video about the stencils, making your own stencils. So it's Arabic, and it's like instructions for like the Quran or Islam, just instructions for the religion. I think I have shown it in the other video. But look, isn't it just, how old is it? And it's been patched together. There's all these joined bits. And as you'll see in the other video, inside I keep finding little either children's notes or letters, which are highly sort of sacred and religious, like letters of prayers of protection, stuff like that. So this was a beautiful present from Annika. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do in terms of, I don't know that I want to cut it up and use it. I'm pretty sure in the other video I had a little conversation about that. But it's just really beautiful and really old. And Annika said to me, I can't wait to see what you do with it. I'm not quite sure that I don't know that I want to. This looks like newer paper. I mean, definitely some of these really old ripped pages are kind of, I mean, they're just falling apart. Maybe they should be used for something. Very old. I sent a text to Huss to say, is this Arabic? And he said, Arabic or Persian, he said. And then he said, if you don't want it, I'll have it. And I thought, well, that's nice. It's a special present to me from someone. It's a memory. Beautiful. So I don't know. I could just gut it and keep this text out and use this cover for a journal or a new book of some description, but I'm not sure yet. Think about it. So I've been making this little, I don't even know what it is. Someone said, is that a scroll? But it ended up, I thought, too thick for a scroll. And then it wasn't a book. And then that wasn't a good size. But it's got this beautiful French general on the back. And I've started stitching. The back. And I love it. It's just the difference between that and this is amazing. Like, that just feels so nice. And at Barbara's there were these pins. Thank you, Karen, from up there, Karen. That the hint of there being a pile of these, and I just was making this. I think it's just going to be like a book, but a concertina type of thing. And this doily was from Annika, and this was a bit of material from Annika. And I already had that bit of lace. But on the inside, I've cut up that skirt that I was showing you, and I've started to play around with a bit of painting. And one of the things when I was up there was, what I was noticing was that there's always this juxtaposition between what people are saying, what the truth is, what isn't the truth, there's a whole lot of projections, I would say. And I felt I just was in the flow, you know, I was being in the flow. I wasn't part of it. I'm Switzerland. And then I just thought, when I was dyeing these, it was like a contrast. And so I printed the word contrast. And I just thought that there is so many different things, you know. We've got this beautiful pale through to the darker, more intense kind of colours. And I don't know, I love it. This was a hexie from my friend Jane. And I've started to stitch on the material there. So I've done the leaves. I've still got to do a bit of the flowers. And just still a little bit of thread mark making through here. That's a bit of an old doily. So that's been fun. I've been enjoying that. And obviously I've still got this much of the red work to go. The thing is though that this was handy to take in my, you know, my little red bag with the handles that I did a few videos ago of updating it. It was really handy to just take this, some threads and my horsewhip in that little bag as a lightweight version of what to take somewhere rather than taking, you know, because often we can take our big vessels with everything in and it's all a bit much. And I just wanted a light little smaller project. So I've been making some journals while I was up there. I've got my little supply of bags. So I went Dirty Jane's was where I got the smaller wooden spools. Barbara's Storehouse for the container and a couple of other things. Thread Botanica, I got some nice, this material was a little, like a little roll, jelly, like a jelly roll, and Victoria House Needlecraft. So I've got some bags to use. So I've stitched this over. This is a paper bag that has been stitched over. It's got this beautiful doily on the spine, and what I've put is I've used a PVA glue and I have put the paper bag, then a bit of blanket, then that material, and then I've stitched along here, and I've done a blanket stitch along both of these edges. And this little book it's got some of my jelly prints in, some of Rachel's beautiful paper, and accidentally put that one on upside down, one of my jelly prints, some of Rachel's straw paper. And this one has been, I'm doing a 30-day sketchbook drawing where you're supposed to do 30 minutes of sketching once a day. And he has given all sorts of, so it's Alfonso Dianda, and that's on Domestica. And he gives a video and talks about different situations and what you might want to draw. So it was people, living things and environments. So that was the first week. So that was fun. People are not my forte, but it was fun just drawing and not having a judgment. The whole thing was to not have a judgment. Then it was objects from life. So of course I had all my glue sticks and stuff around me, and jelly plate roller, paint, just different things that were around me that I thought about and saw and drew from. Annika's Dogs on the Hill. Scissors. I don't know why I was drawing a truck. I think I was drawing a trucky car-y kind of thing because that was one of his lessons. He draws cars a lot, so I was just drawing my own version of a car. My water bottle, one of those beautiful seed pod things. just drawing. That's part of the letter from the book that came out, like the Quran type of book. Yeah, just things. The next week was week 3, has been, yeah, I did a lot for week 2. That was a good one. This was a woodblock that I found at Dirty Jane's. And week 3 has been a bit of a fantasy. Just draw from, you know, don't think about things too much. Just draw, just stuff. Made up stuff, although I did draw the fireplace over at Annika's because that was gorgeous, just sitting by the fire and being warm. And that's what I've gotten up to. I'm actually, today's the start of week 4, which will be narrative. So that's my paper bag journal. I had originally made it intending to fold these back, but it ended up like this. That's okay. This one is an old herbal book or something. Just really like the size of that, and I've glued these over the spine. And this one, aside from this roll-off here, I don't know why I ended up with a roll-off there, but this is some of the blue straw paper that Rachel's got. So this one's yet to be worked in, not sure yet. This has got an old little children's French book. It's got some old map book. It's got some Italian rag paper. It's got some just plain thicker paper. This will probably be a painting book, or a painting or sketchbook of some sort. And I've got a big thick of watercolour card in the middle. It's quite thick. And I made the spine, I've made the signature 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but it goes to the back of, well, it goes to the back of this, and then that's glued down. I've got room here if I want to put another signature in, and I may do that. I may put one of those elastic ones in. So the second signature is fairly similar. It's got the children's books, old children's, French children's music book. Some nice flower pictures down there. Something from a map book, some Italian paper, some plain paper, some blue straw paper from Italy, some map paper, and again the middle of the signature is this watercolour paper. So they're my 2 books that I made while I was away, and this little book. So I think that's my little happy shop. Came back a bit. The coffers are empty. But it was a wonderful time. I felt a bit homesick about week 4, and then by week 6 I was like, I want to live here, I'm not coming home. And now I'm back, so I have to get over that and get on with it. So there you go. What's coming up on my channel? I'm going to finish the bird, the crow, and Wood's crow. I've got to finish the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and next year I'm going to put in a lot of focus on a stitching day at my house once every fortnight, maybe once a fortnight probably. There's a few ladies that want to do that and come here, so we're going to organise that. I'm going to have a couple of classes and do all of that from home and see how we go with that. It will be lovely if anyone's in the area to come and drop in, come and be involved. That would be lovely, but that will all start next year after I've been up to Queensland for a month of pet sitting. So thank you for being here and following along, and you know what? it's great that you're here, and I'm loving it, and I had a lovely time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.